Hello everyone. So this is going to be my very first video on this channel. I do have a couple of videos on another channel, but very different type of content altogether. And today we're talking about worms. So this is my small worm farm, which I am aggressively expanding. Currently, I am using standard mortar trays. And I'm up in Canada, by the way, and this bin is probably a couple weeks old, and I've been doing this for a few weeks. I did it years ago as well, but yeah, it's been a while. This is actually one of my baby bins. I have 3 of them that I picked up from a place a few hundred kilometers from here. And yeah, so I'm probably going to sound kind of awkward, and that's okay, because you're all pretty much here looking for the worms, not me. My name is Troy, and yeah, let's dig in. So I was supposed to get cocoons from a guy, and he's a very nice guy. Best prices in the area of where I got them, anyways. And when I got there, he's like, yeah, they're probably 90%. Already hatched, so didn't get cocoons, which I was kind of expecting a bit of a delay. Instead, I got a whole bunch of wormies. So I haven't actually been in this bin in several days. I was trying to actually just leave them and let them do their thing. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to see a reasonable amount of them, but they are incredibly small. So, if we don't see a lot, I'm not terribly surprised. But so you can see, I don't know if you can see that there. They're not going to really like my light, but there's a whole bunch of little wormies down there eating probably a piece of banana. It's pretty much a lot of what I have. I always have extra bananas on hand, so that's what I like feeding them. And so because this is a baby bin, you can see that it's quite a bit more damp than you'd have a normal bin. But you can see I have a bunch of little babies in there. Then you have a cocoon right there, and a little bit of food there. So I am actually I need to aerate this bin. This is basically going to tick off the little babies and move them around. They're quite a bit bigger than the last time I saw them. I won't say concerned, but they were wisps before, right? So they were very small. Didn't want to really move them too much and squish them too much. But now I don't mind so much, because they're not big, but they're most of them are a heck of a lot bigger than they were. So I still see a lot of cocoons. I just grabbed one and then I lost them, but so you can, I don't know if that is being picked up kind of right there, but there's still a lot of cocoons. The babies are somewhat elusive, but they're all pretty much on the food. So you can see here, and this is why I'm not surprised, because I had food here and I had food there. I had just small amounts of food, but as you can see, there is a lot of babies around here, and pretty much here they all are. I mean, there's going to be thousands in here, so it's not like they're all just right there, but they're all in this area here and this area over here. So I'd be surprised if there's not a whole pile in here as well, since I think there's a something in there. Yeah, so you can see there's probably hundreds of worms right here. I had bought, and I split them into 3 bins, because that's basically how they came. I had bought roughly 20,000 cocoons. It's not an exact science or anything, especially when it comes to cocoons. So there should be, and they're mostly hatched. So there's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 to 20,000 worms in here. I would suggest at this point, but they're again very, very, very tiny. So I don't know if you can. They're so small that I just lost the ones I was looking at. Anyways, I don't want to disturb them a crazy amount. I want to make sure that the moisture is good in here. I want to give them more cardboard, and I want to give them the feeding, which will last them probably about a week. So as you see, as you might be able to see anyways, got some little wormies in there. I have a couple small, really, really cheap basic Amazon photography lights shining on them, so it's not crazy powerful, but at the same point, I don't want to tick them off too much. But I definitely needed to break the clumps, aerate this. There you go. See, there's another boy right there, and here is a bigger boy right there. So I definitely wanted to aerate this bin. I've been wanting to do that for days. And it has good moisture. This definitely has good moisture. And there's still, this may be a piece that I showed you already, or maybe not, I don't know. But they certainly know where the food is. So today, I'm going to be putting in all my bins. So I have 3 baby bins like this, and I am taking also 2 other bins, and which are, they each should have had roughly 2,500 worms. Oh, this is going to be a thing. So wormy there. A whole bunch of little wormies if you can see them in there. And if you can't see them, let me know in the comments. I'll review after, but so this is probably like an 80 to 90% moisture. I don't want to disturb them and squish them in too much and all that stuff, but at the same time, I want to make sure that there's some decent, basically there's air pockets. That's really what I'm looking for. So anyways, yeah, you just let me know, because I can also run this. Right now I'm running this at kind of 1080p, which is kind of standard, but I can certainly do this at 1440. So if that helps with anyone seeing the little buggers. So there's a whole bunch right here, which again, there's going to be food. There's going to be something in there. So again, I don't want to disturb them overly. I'm just trying to break stuff up. There's plenty of, technically there's plenty of food in here for quite a while, and these things are probably 4 times bigger than when I got them. I don't know if you can see the little kind of wispy wisps right on the end there, that little white dude. They were all like that, so I really didn't want to disturb them too much before. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to feed them. I'm going to put some worm chow in, and I'm going to throw some more cardboard in there. And then I'm probably not going to touch them for a week. And then they're probably going to double in size in the intermediate time. And yes, I know they say if you see food, don't keep feeding them. That being said, yeah, I don't want to mess with them too much, so I'd rather feed them a little bit extra now, and not have to mess with them for a week when they're this small. So I also bought a blender, not a blender, I guess a food processor. That's kind of crappy. So it kind of processes it, but doesn't really do the best job. So a lot of the stuff is going to be longer term food, which I'm okay with because there's still so much food in this soil. But I would have liked it to be broken down a bit more. I know you don't need to by any stretch, but that was just kind of my hope. So this stuff has been frozen, and then this stuff has been, obviously thawed. It's still pretty cold, but yeah. So it's going to take quite a while to break down, which is fine. Oh, there's going to be a clump of something in here. I don't know if you all want to, you can see all that. There's an egg there and a whole bunch of little wormies eating. I don't know what. I can't see anything, so there must be something. Must be the remnants of something. Oh, no, that's what I just fed them. So I don't know, but I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, so yeah, so that's that. There's not. I didn't put a lot of food in there because I do want to feed them kind of once a week. And all right, so let's give them a bit of water because I'm throwing down some dry chow. So this chow has a bunch of different stuff in it. There's some grains, there's a bunch of grit, there's some minerals. I tried this on one of, well, I shouldn't say try. I put this in one of the bins I already have, one of the adult worms, and they liked it just fine. So, yeah, giving it to all of them. So there's a bunch of different stuff. I'm not going to go through everything because I am going to sell this on my website. But I mean, for the most part, it's nothing special that you can't find online. There's some, oh God, what is there? Cornmeal and a bunch of different minerals. Some crushed oyster shells, which I ground down as much as I could. Those things are a pain with a crappy food processor. And yeah, there's pretty standard stuff. Honestly, you go to Captain Matt's and you go to a bunch of other places, and you can find recipes, and you kind of just make your own up. The one thing I will suggest is that I bought a lot of it on Amazon, and then my wife looked at me and said, I probably could have bought this stuff a lot cheaper at Costco or anywhere else. And then I looked at a feed and seed place, like a farm place, not close to me, but somewhere I could easily get to. And yeah, sure enough, I probably could have saved a whole pile of money. So kind of lesson is, if you're just doing, like a pound of worm chow or something like that, pick it up wherever. If you want to actually get a whole bunch, then you should probably just do it at the right place. Go to a feed store or something like that. So I'm actually in a spare bedroom in my house on the second level. So I don't have to worry too much, and it's wintertime. It's January, whatever, 8th, 9th, 7th, something like that, 2024. So I really don't have to worry about pests, at least right now. So otherwise, I'd probably put a lot more cardboard down, and I certainly would if it was like an outdoor bin or in a basement or something. That being said, if I grow this the way I want to grow this, I'm definitely going to have to at some point, but that is what it is. So beyond that, I do have some rather elaborate goals for this business. To be frank, I don't like my job. I'm good at it and all, but I'm just done. And so I have some very unique ideas for this venture in this company, as it pertains to the environment, the local community, things like that. I'll share more kind of as I go, but just keep in mind this one kind of idea that worm farming it's great as a hobby. It's great to make a few extra bucks, but kind of a hint is that there's a lot more to it that I'm going to get into in later videos, and I think it could. Basically, long story short, I think it could revolutionize the world, and I know it sounds kind of silly, but it can certainly help the climate and the environment quite a bit. That being said, I'm also I'm in a mechanical background, so I'm also developing some new screeners that are motorized. They're vibration based, so something where normally you'd either have a little hand sifter or you might have a giant trommel, which most people can't afford and certainly don't have the space for. I'm developing something that will sit on a table and that will sift for half, 1/4, and 1/8 inch screens, and then that will basically dump into different totes. So kind of look out for that. I'm going to obviously have an unveiling at some point. It's going to be economical. It's not going to be dirt cheap like a DIY where it's a couple 2x4s or anything like that, but it's certainly going to be based on the competitive marketplace online. Let's say it's going to be at least 1/4 the price of anyone else of a similar product, but really no one has this product as a product online. What I'm going for is a high quality metal mesh system that will last. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say on it right now, but do keep an eye on it, because when I do unveil it, and when I do get production ready, which will be hopefully within the next couple of months, I am going to have some type of pre-order list on here where you can save a certain amount, whether it's 10%, 15%, I don't really know yet, but it's going to be a significant amount, and it is going to be proof within the pudding, right? So I'm going to show you from multiple angles how it all works. Some people are probably going to copy it and, build it themselves, and that's okay. But mine will be out of, solid metal. It will do a good job, and it will be economical to buy, and it'll last probably forever. So just keep that in the back of your minds. And with that, I'm going to say bye to this video. Then I'm going to immediately create a few more videos for other bins and stuff like that I have. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.